Hi, I'm Sunil Balasundaram, the pastor of the Conshohocken United Methodist Church, which is here in Conshohocken, Pennsylvania. And welcome once again to this weekly devotion on Jesus and the stories he told us through his parables. Today I'm going to read to you another story of his, taken from the Gospel according to Luke chapter 12, and reading from verse 35. Be dressed ready for service and keep your lamps burning, like men waiting for their master to return from a wedding banquet, so that when he comes and knocks, they can immediately open the door for him. It will be good for those servants whose master finds them watching when he comes. I tell you the truth, he will dress himself to serve, will have them recline at the table, and will come and wait on them. It will be good for those servants whose master finds them ready, even if he comes in the second or third watch of the night. But understand this, if the owner of the house had known at what hour the thief was coming, he would not have let his house be broken into. You also must be ready, because the Son of Man will come at an hour when you do not expect him. Do you know anybody who likes waiting? Like a child counting down to Christmas Day, or a couple, marking down their, on the calendar, counting down the days, waiting for their wedding day. Well, I know some couples who are doing just that. It's one thing when you know the date, even though it's a far off date, and it's really a lot of, it takes a lot out of you waiting for that date to come. What if you don't know when that date is? You're just waiting, and it takes a longer time and longer time. Nobody likes waiting, and I think two things really happen if you keep waiting and waiting and it doesn't happen. What you're waiting for doesn't happen. One is you get so obsessed with the of that waiting, you stop caring about anything else. You become completely unproductive. Or you could go the other extreme. You're waiting and waiting and waiting, and you say, it's not happening. And then you go about doing your stuff. You act as if that event that you were waiting for is never going to happen. You end up not even preparing for it. So when it actually does happen, you are completely under or not prepared. Well, Jesus was telling the story about waiting for his return. And he was talking about servants, when he were waiting for him, when he goes out, this master goes out for a banquet, wedding banquet, and I told you 2 weeks ago, sometimes it can take a long, long time. And these servants are waiting for him. They're waiting, they're watching, they're preparing. They want him to come in and see them at work, everything as he wants it to be. And when he comes and he sees them ready, how pleased he's going to be. In fact, it says this master is going to change and wait upon them. That's how pleased. Jesus is talking about his coming again, but I want to just twist it a bit. It's going to be Christmas next week. What about if we look at this story as if Jesus was saying, are you prepared for me for Christmas? When Jesus actually came, born, in a manger, who were there to actually welcome him? A simple carpenter, a very young mother, and some stinking shepherds. Commonplace people. And they're the ones who actually enjoyed his presence. The others, the kings and the prophets and those learned scholars, they all knew a lot about him, but they weren't really ready. How are you ready this Christmas? Yes, it's important to do all the nice glitzy things, but how do you prepare yourself? Do you really prepare your heart, your lives, and do what if Jesus actually did come? At Christmas time, you expect him. What if he actually knocked on your door saying, I want to be a part of your life. I want to come in. What are you doing? How are you living your life in terms of preparing for his coming into your home? I want you to think about this as you look forward to Christmas, because who knows, he just may knock at your door. Thank you so much for watching, and do tune in to our web space, conchaunited.com, or to our Facebook page, and invite others too. And don't forget to tune in next week. I have a very special Christmas devotion next week. Thank you, and God bless.